Isaac and I bought our first house, or dream home, kind of. It's a 1995 manufactured home, and not expecting it, but when we first walked in, it was a little bit more work than we had originally thought it was, which we're a little bit disappointed, but honestly, we're just really grateful to be here. So we are kind of moved in, not totally moved in, because we haven't moved out of the bus yet. We just have basically necessities that we use constantly every day in there. But we're not completely moved out of the bus yet. Today we're going to give you a tour of our house that is lived in but not completely moved into. We still have tons of remodeling that we're going to do, and renovations and stuff. So we're excited to just share with you where we are so far.
Yeah, and you'll get to see what we have done so far. And it is just 916 square foot double wide. 2 bedroom, 1 bath. Right?
Yeah, and if you're new here, we are a family of 3. So we do have a 1-year-old daughter. She's about 14 months.
1.5.
15 months on the 2nd, which is a couple weeks away. And right now we have our friend Debbie, who is hanging out with Ember while we are doing these tours for you. So Isaac is actually going to do a tour of the entire property, or at this point he already has. And so if you haven't seen that, feel free to go check it out on his channel, A Bus Life Story. So let's go ahead and go inside and show you guys around.
Let's go.
So let's start on the outside. The previous owner, he did concrete work for many years. So he's done some pretty cool stuff around here, like this walkway stair thing. So once you come up, there are some things that he did that we're gonna redo, like this here. This is like the patio up to the stairs, or the stairs up to the door. Definitely needs to be redone. So we're going to take out these and kind of reuse what we can, but definitely redo this. It's not up to code at all, and we don't know how safe it is. So we just want to redo that, make it nicer, make it a little more safe. I'm not sure if it comes through in the video, but this is like a dark, or not, a light navy and like a grayish blue color on the outside of the house. We do plan on redoing the outside of the house with paint and other things, maybe redoing the door. That's not something that we might get to this year, maybe something that we do next year, but we do plan on changing the look. We want it to be a little bit more modern, but also cabiny and rustic, so we'll get to that later this year, but this is just what it looks like on the outside. All right, so now let's get to the fun stuff. Let's go ahead and hop inside and show you around. So as soon as you walk in, you're in the living room. We do have a little bit of a breezeway. We do keep our shoes down here. It's one of Ember's favorite places to play. Our shoes wind up in the craziest places. We don't have a ton of lighting in here, so we wanted to make sure we had a lot of light. So we got these 2 side lamps, and we're definitely planning on adding more light. We're just not sure where and how. We have this huge area rug because it is laminate flooring, and we wanted Ember to have a nice cushiony surface to crawl on. But she's walking now, so that's not necessarily a huge major thing for us anymore. But it is nice to have. It's super comfortable and soft. And over here on this side of the living room is basically our office space. It's not quite finished. There's, like I said, we still have boxes. We're still unpacking. We're still doing a lot of different things. But this is our little office corner, and that pretty much is it for the living room as of right now, aside from this side over here. As you can see, the previous owners did do a little bit of remodeling before we moved in, which is nice, but there's still some things that we want to do. So as you can see, they painted, and there are some spots around the house like this where they just painted around the TV. So it's definitely an eyesore as it is right now. So I have big plans for this wall here. It'll be a really cool accent wall, very rustic and cabiny, and I'm really excited to share that with you guys, but that will be in an upcoming video. So that's pretty much it for the living room. Let's go ahead and move into the bedrooms. So this is our bedroom, and Ember's room is actually the same size, but I wanted to make sure that our bedroom was this one because it has the window that faces out in the front. And Ember's room, I will show you, is a little bit different, and I just felt safer having her in that room opposed to this one. So in here, we literally just have our bed. I think for the first week, we slept on the couch in the lazy boy, and we didn't have a bed or a bed frame. And so I was really excited to get this done. This is a Nectar bed. It's a size queen, and this bed frame is just off Amazon. I will link all of that in the description. And then everything else in here is pretty bare. We have this fan, and then like I said, we haven't moved in. So we have some clothes in these drawers, and our closet is pretty much empty aside from a few jackets and blankets. These cabinets came with the house. They were built in. Ember has the same ones in her room. And originally it had these sliding doors that I just honestly didn't love. So we went ahead and took those off. We're gonna keep them in case we ever decide to put them on, or for whatever reason, we did keep them, but I don't plan on putting those back on. So that pretty much is it for our bedroom, pretty bare. This room is I think a 12 by 13, and we did it had original carpeting, I believe, and we did rip out the carpets and put in the same laminate flooring that is in the living room. We just continued it into each bedroom, which we will continue on to Ember's room. So this is Ember's room, aka the Babe Cave, and Isaac and I both wanted to make sure that she had her space completely done before we got to any other parts of the house. So like I said, we redid the floors and we repainted the walls in both bedrooms. Everything in this room is also off Amazon. I will post a link to the video where I remodeled this room, and you can find all the links in the description of that video. She has just a basic standard size crib, a changing table that she probably will grow out of fairly quickly, her little book nook corner, her toy chest, and we have some blackout curtains. So this window actually goes into a utility room that was built onto the back of the house. So that to me, I felt safer knowing that if someone were to break in and they get into this room first, they are on camera and we will be notified faster than we would in the front window. And so they would have to go through one building into this one. I felt safer knowing that it wasn't so easy to just break into a window and be in her room. So that's why I wanted to make sure this was her room and not the front one. But yeah, these are blackout curtains. We have an air purifier here just because. And then this is her closet, same thing, these built-in cabinets that came with the house. She also had those sliding doors that we took off and don't plan on putting them back on. Everyone keeps asking, what about her getting into the drawers? We actually don't have anything in these drawers right now. Well, actually, okay, I lied. That's not staying in here. These drawers are pretty much empty. She has a couple of clothes in this drawer. This one's too high for her to reach. And that's it. She doesn't have a lot of clothes. So as she's small enough to get into things like that, I'm not so worried about the drawers as much as she gets into like her diapers and her wipes on the changing table. So yeah, this is Ember's room. She does have this TV here, but I don't think that we're gonna leave this in here. She doesn't use it in here, and I think we're actually gonna wind up putting it in our studio. And like I said, if you're wondering about what our studio is, you can check out Isaac's video on that. So that's it for Ember's room. Let's go ahead and move into the laundry room. Side note, this gate here is the one that we had in the bus, and we actually are able, if we want to have Ember just chill in her room and make sure she doesn't get out, we can lock it there, and she has that. And then this is really cool too, because we can slide it this way and let her roam the house and make sure she doesn't get into the laundry room or the bathroom. And then when we're not using it, it just sits like this. It's really great. So the laundry room is going to be remodeled. So right now it's just kind of got a couple things here and there. This is another wall that the previous owner started to paint and then stopped. So it's only half painted. So I'll probably wind up repainting. These were built in. Won't be doing anything to those. It came with awesome washer and dryers. And then we're contemplating whether or not we want to redo this flooring. And if we do, I'm not sure when that is something that we're gonna get to. And so let's move into the bathroom. And before we go into the bathroom, It's very outdated. This is one of the next big projects that I will be remodeling in the house, and I'm super excited about it. I won't tell you what I'm gonna do, but just know that it's gonna go from this to something really awesome. So, bathroom. Like I said earlier, they did do some remodeling. So the counter and the sink is that like this vanity is actually pretty nice. So I'll probably leave this, change the light fixtures in here, and then everything else is going to be changed too. We did get this awesome toilet seat from Isaac's parents for Ember when she starts to potty train. We try and keep the toilet down because if Ember does get in here, she goes straight to the trash can and the toilet. So we try and keep her out of the bathroom. They have a stand-up shower in here. We do plan on putting a bathtub in here, and that's as far as I'll go on telling you the renovations plans for this. And then behind the door here, there's these really ugly old shelves that will be replaced. But yeah, this is just a bunch of storage. As you can see, it's got this really outdated wallpaper and this baby blue color that we're just not fans of. And he did a lot of stuff like this, where he just mounted these on a piece of plywood and screwed them to the wall. So it's like that on both hanging things here in the bathroom. So I'm really excited to jump into this and renovate this bathroom. I'm excited for you guys to see it because it's going to be night and day. That's it for the bathroom. Let's go ahead and move into the kitchen. So moving into the kitchen, they actually remodeled the kitchen quite a bit. This was something that we thought was really cool because we didn't need a dining table. This was just built in. I think this is real marble, but don't quote me on that. And so they redid the cabinetry and the countertops, and I think they did redo the floors in here because it did originally have linoleum flooring. So everything, as far as the appliances go, are stainless steel. So we do have well water. We do have a well on our property that is where we get our water from. So it's well water. So we do have this osmosis water filter system, which is great. So we can drink water straight out of the faucet and we don't have to use bottled water or anything like that. So that's been really nice. And side note, in the bathroom, if you have well water, and a lot of people don't know this, it will damage your hair. And if you have blonde hair, it'll turn it brassy. And it even damages your like porcelain bathtubs and stuff. If you have a yellow ring around your toilet or your tub, it's because of the well water. So when I redo the bathroom, I'll show you guys in that video. I bought a shower head that filters the well water that is good for your skin, good for your hair, and also will remove those rings from the tub. So just wanted to mention that because a lot of people aren't aware of it. It's a pretty decent sized kitchen. I did see a few people comment about maybe having like an island in here. I don't think it's that big. We could have an island in here, but I like the open space, and we have so much storage and counter space that it's just really not necessary. Like I said, we're still moving in, so we have just random stuff like tools and things, and there are a few things that we want to change in here, like the backsplash on this behind the stove is just a piece of glass. They had these curtains that we weren't necessarily huge fans of, so we're gonna change a few things like that in here. Nothing major. The kitchen to us was pretty solid, and one of the things that definitely caught my eye was how nice the kitchen was. So one thing that I'm not a huge fan of though in the kitchen was the way that they installed this light fixture. I don't mind the light fixture itself. I prefer to maybe move it into the living room or something, but they literally mounted it and ran the cord down, so it's just plugged into the wall. It's not actually like done into the electrical. And JD was going through the cabinets and he opened this cabinet and it stopped because if you turn on the fan, if you go past this point, it will hit the fan. So that was a little, it's a little rigged up. But I mean, it works for now, but we definitely don't plan on leaving that. We want to fix that. It's just a whole thing. I don't want to keep that there. So that's one of the big things we're going to change in the kitchen. But that's pretty much it for the kitchen. Let's move on to our utility room / catio. So before we head out back, I do want to point out that Isaac recently installed this cat door that locks, and it's been great. The cats were a little nervous to use it at first, but they're fine with it now. So this is our utility room. This is actually an add-on that the previous owner built himself, and it was not a part of the original manufactured home. So we have this screen door that goes to the outside. So we also double this as our catio, and so the cats have their food and water, they have a cat tower and their electric litter box back here. And we also keep just like our extra drinks and water back here, and then we have like our vacuum cleaner and other things back here. We also have 2 wood-burning stoves. So this is actually a real fireplace that was built back here. Then we have this wood-burning stove as well. The previous owner was burning all kinds of things back here, or not back here, but in these. So we have to get those professionally cleaned out before we can actually use them, which is something we plan on doing a little later in the year before it starts getting too cold. But this place has tons of storage, and it even has this little room here that we eventually want to get a deep freeze for extra meat and things. Right now we just have some cleaning supplies, extra litter in here, and we want to kind of finish it. There's no ceiling. There's like half a ceiling in here, and at the end here on top you can see he didn't finish it. Instead of insulating and putting the boards up like he did in the front half, he insulated to this point right here and then just threw up some cardboard. And also this door is, I don't really know what's going on with it. It doesn't open, and it's just like cardboard around it. So there's definitely some things that we need to fix and finish in this back utility area. But it does have all these windows with screens, so it's great for the cats. They get to kind of feel like they're outside and watch the leaves and the other animals and stuff. And they love being back here. They spend quite a lot of time back here, especially Halo. And they have so much room to run that they are definitely a lot happier here so far. So that is it for our tour of our new home, new to us. And I hope that you guys enjoyed it. If you have any questions, feel free to comment them down below. We just want to thank you guys so much for watching. And if you haven't watched Isaac's video yet, feel free to check out the rest of the property. There's so much going on here in his video that he just posted. Like I said, I will link it in the description, and I'll also put it somewhere up there. And yeah, we just thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you like this video and subscribe. It means the world to us, and it helps us so much, especially those comments. They get us in the algorithm, and that really helps us. So again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys on the next video.